What's going on, everybody? I'm excited. I'm taking a break from editing a new video to give you this breaking news that I'm very excited about, which is Dennis Rodman is headed back to North Korea. What a time to be alive. I'm gonna wait like 10 seconds for people to get into the live stream, and I'm gonna let you know what's cracking because I'm excited. I actually made a few videos about this earlier and it actually came true. So 5 more seconds and I will begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I first saw my friend who is a White House correspondent for One American News Network, Trey Yingst, and since then, all of the news reporters are saying it. It's official. Dennis Rodman, former NBA star from the Chicago Bulls, is headed to North Korea. And I actually made several videos about this, saying I wanted this to happen, and here's why. Dennis Rodman went to North Korea a few years ago with Vice and a basketball thing, and he got along very well with Kim Jong-un. And why I'm super excited that he's returning is because, one, he has a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, but two, he says that the mainstream media is lying about Kim Jong-un and how he feels about America. And it's not surprising since conservatives, progressives, this, that, pretty much everybody knows that the mainstream media is lying one way or another, even left-wing and right-wing people. So why would it be so hard to consider that the mainstream media is lying about Kim Jong-un? Is he a dictator? I mean, it looks that way. Do his people pray to him like he's a god? It looks that way, absolutely. I'm not saying they're lying about that, but there is a possibility that they're lying about other things, because Dennis Rodman said 2 very important things when he went on his last trip. He said, 1, that Kim Jong-un loves America and he loves Americans. He clearly loves basketball. He loves American culture. Dennis Rodman's like, hey, he doesn't hate America. He loves America. Perhaps he just feels threatened by America because they're always putting him on the news being like, these guys are crazy. Meanwhile, maybe he's just very gung-ho trying to protect his people, whatever. So Dennis Rodman said, 1, Kim Jong-un doesn't hate America. He loves American culture. And 2 was that Kim Jong-un desperately wanted to talk to President Barack Obama, and Obama wouldn't even talk to Kim Jong-un. That was another revelation. So I was like, wait a second. How could you have all this negative news about North Korea? That's fine if they're really a threat, but how could you have all of this negative news and never have talked to him? President Obama wouldn't even talk to Kim Jong-un, and Kim Jong-un was like, just talk to me, please. I want to talk to you. I love America. And Obama, according to Dennis Rodman, said, nah, I don't even want to talk to you. So fast forward to President Trump being in office. I've made multiple videos saying, 1, we should send Dennis Rodman to North Korea, so that's hilarious, he's actually going. And 2, I was saying, President Trump, if he's not a phony, if he's the real deal, he'll talk to Kim Jong-un. Because if you're the president of the United States, why would you talk all this trash about another country, another leader, and not even talk to the guy? That makes no sense. So what do you know? Trump says, hey, I would be honored to talk to Kim Jong-un. I'd love to talk to Kim Jong-un. And what does CNN do? They publish a story saying, don't let Donald Trump talk to him. Don't let Donald Trump talk to Kim Jong-un. That would be bad. So their leaders won't talk to Kim Jong-un. They won't let the president of the United States talk to Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, they're blasting out all this news that he's trying to blow up America. So I had a funny thought. Maybe Dennis Rodman can ease the tensions of the relationship. And look at this. Dennis Rodman, go into North Korea. Go, Dennis Rodman. I love you. I love the fact that we're trying to get along, because I do agree that the leader of North Korea is very extreme. He is almost a godlike figure. He is a godlike figure to them. His people are very controlled in that system of thought of Kim Jong-un's a god, they must do a certain way. I'm not saying that North Korea is the perfect place, that I want to live there. But what you have to understand is we don't have to get involved in everybody else's stuff. If they're not going to pose a threat to us, then we can leave them alone, not talk bad about them in the media all the time. And maybe they won't want to blow up America. Maybe if Donald Trump or someone like Dennis Rodman goes there and says, listen, we won't threaten you. We have the ability to do something to you, but don't stop with the BS. Stop with the threats to us, and we'll stop with you. In my opinion, I don't know this for sure because I don't know Kim Jong-un, but You make somebody crazier by lying to them all the time, by moving all over the world, and then portraying them in the media, which would be fine, but how can you do that without having a conversation? President Obama, according to Dennis Rodman, wouldn't even have a conversation. Not even a conversation. He wouldn't even talk to Kim Jong-un. How in the world are you going to ease tensions and get to the bottom of the truth if you won't even have a conversation with somebody? So I love the fact that Dennis Rodman's going over there, because people are going to joke and say blah, 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 blah. But guess what? The joke's over. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. So you guys joked about that, and he's in office. Whether you like it or not, whether you love him or hate him, that's reality. He's in the White House. Whether you love or hate Dennis Rodman, you think he's crazy, you think North Korea leader's a nut, Dennis Rodman's going to North Korea, and he might just be the key to stop all this madness. Because once you have a real conversation and open your mind and open your perspective and realize he's not the enemy. Yeah, Kim Jong-un might be terrible, he might be crazy to me, but as long as he doesn't bother me, I don't care. Let him be crazy. Let him control his people in that lane. Let's fix ourselves. Let's show our own people love. Let's help our own healthcare system and our own infrastructure, our own education. And I know, I don't just think, I know that if Dennis Rodman is telling the truth and Obama wouldn't even talk to Kim Jong-un, and they're trying to block President Trump from talking to Kim Jong-un, then clearly something's going on that's outside of their narrative. Because with a simple conversation, you could crack through that and be like, okay, this guy's crazy. He just wants to blow up the U.S. But when you have the mainstream media saying, Kim Jong-un hates America, he wants to blow up America, and then you have someone who met him in person saying, he loves America, he loves basketball, he loves American culture, he just feels threatened by the United States because they don't talk. They're just making a narrative of him, painting him out to be this dictator that he might be. But what if you tell that crazy dictator, hey, Dennis Rodman, much respect, or Kim Jong-un, you do you, you could be your crazy dictator. Just if you threaten the United States, we're going to blow you off the map. And I don't mean to be aggressive or mean, but the United States is a superpower. Just be real straightforward. Be like, listen, bro, you could be weird, you could be crazy, you could do all these nuclear missiles, but you try anything, you're toast. Very simple. And then he'd probably be like, hey, that's cool. Then we send Michael Jordan over. Then we send Dennis Rodman over. Then we send the Globetrotters over. Then we have a Cavs Golden State North Korea edition game. Why not? I'll go to North Korea. I guarantee you Kim Jong-un would love me. I'd play basketball with them. We'd get along. We'd find similarities. We'd see differences. We'd have a few drinks. And I'd leave just like Dennis Rodman. I would love to go to North Korea. I'm not afraid of Kim Jong-un. I'll talk to him. I'll stop the whole world war by myself with Dennis Rodman. So much love to Dennis Rodman. I'm so glad to see you going to North Korea. It's going to be all over Twitter, all over Facebook, but this is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant move. We have to stop calling everybody crazy and have conversations, because we can find when we talk to each other and we set up real guidelines without lying to each other all the time and breaking treaties and pointing the finger and running all over the place, we might just realize a simple game of basketball could save the world. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm working on a comprehensive video right now. It's going to be epic. So look for that later today. Dennis Rodman, I will repeat, heading to North Korea. He should be there Tuesday, and I can't wait to see the pictures of him and Kim Jong-un. I think it's the best relationship since Sonny and Cher. Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman, they're the new Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's just how I feel. Let me know how you feel. Have a good one.